Okay, so section 3.1 is about lines and angles. And this good news is there is not a single proof in the section notes. It's the only section in this whole unit that doesn't have a proof on it. So if you're needing a break from proofs, this is your break. So let's first talk about this, the definition of parallel and skew. So parallel lines, I know you guys have seen before. They do not intersect. They run side by side. You use this symbol right here. It's the two lines. That symbol means it's parallel. So if you see me write those two lines, I usually make them a little bit longer than the rest of it, just so I don't mistake them for L's. But yeah, so that's the symbol for parallel. Okay, this next word is probably new to you. It's skew. Skew lines are non-coplanar, and then they are not parallel. So that means they're not on the same plane, and they are not parallel, and they do not intersect. So these lines will literally never meet, and it's not because they're parallel, it's just because they are on totally different planes. They'll never intersect, they're not parallel, and they're not on the same plane. Skew is that word. Okay, so planes can be parallel too. Like in this diagram, the top plane ABC, and the bottom plane EFG, those are parallel planes. So I'm going to go back to skew because I'm going to explain one more thing. So on their diagram, they said AB and CG are skew because they will never meet, and they're not parallel. If you did another one, you could do AB and DH in the back. That would work. You could do AB and FG, or AB and EF or EH. So those two are parallel to line AB. So there's a bunch of them on that one. All right. So this next part, a line and a plane that do not intersect are parallel. So that's something to know. So if a line and a plane do not intersect, they are parallel. Segments and rays can also be parallel or skewed if they are parallel, or they are parallel if they lie in parallel lines, and skew if they lie in skewed lines. Okay, so in the figure, assume the lines that appear to be parallel are parallel. Okay, so which segments are parallel to AB? We've done this one before. So which segments are parallel to AB? Well, it looks like EF, GH, and CD. So remember, we're talking about segments, so we need to write the segment symbol. So EF, GH, and CD. All right, now let's do the next one. Which segments are skew to CD? So remember what skew is: not parallel, not on the same plane, and they do not intersect. So we're looking for which one's skew to CD. Well, that looks like you could say AE, BF, what other ones? EH on the bottom, and then FG on the other side bottom. So you have 4 of them. So we have, AE, the segment BF, FG, and EH. Okay, what are the 2 pairs of parallel planes? So that would be, let's see if I can get all this erased. That would be the top and bottom. So there's more than 1 or 2 pairs, but so the top and bottom, that would be plane. Remember, you have to have the word plane and then 3 letters on that plane. So plane ABC and plane EFG. So top and bottom. You could say left or right sides or front and back. I'll say left and right, doesn't matter. So the other one would be, the other set would be plane ABF and plane DCG. So I did left and right. You could have also said the front and the back plane. All right, what two segments are parallel to plane, or what are two segments parallel to plane BCGF? So BCGF is the back plane. So that the back one. So it looks like you could have this could be parallel, this could be parallel. I think that's it. So those are the two segments that are parallel. So that would be segment AD Actually, I take that back. You could also have AE and DH. They're also parallel. So you could have, there's four of them, so segment AD, DH, HE, and AE. All right, some more of the same coming up. So which segments are parallel to the line, or segment, sorry, segment AD. Segment AD is right here. So we would have, looks like BC, FG, and EH. So BC, FG, and EH. Okay, next one. Let me erase all this. So explain why FE, so FE is right here, and CD are not skew. Why are they not skew? Because they are parallel. That's why. Okay. What is another pair of parallel planes? So I said the two. I said the left and right, and then I did the top and bottom one. So let's do the front and back. Good thing I didn't write all three. So we'd have plane. The front one would be ADH, and the back one would be plane BFG. All right, the last question from this page is, what two segments are parallel to plane DCGH? So DCGH is the right side. So the right side, so what are two segments? That would be, you could say AB, EF, AE, or DF. So any of those four. So I'm going to say AB and BF. Okay, so now on to the next part. We're going to start talking about transversals. You may remember this from pre-algebra. So a transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at distinct points. The diagram shows the 8 angles formed by the transversals T. So the T, the one that cut through both of them, this one right here is your transversal. And then the two lines M and L. So let's go down to here really fast before we get into the question. So let's just talk about what the vocabulary is for this. Alternate interior. So what does the word alternate means? That means opposite. Interior is inside. So the opposite inside on this one would be 4 and 6 and 3 and 5. So those are alternate interior angles. You need to have that memorized. Same side interior angles. So that's kind of self-explanatory. So same side interior is inside. So inside those two lines, so you could do 3 and 6 or 4 and 5. Those are called same side interior angles. Corresponding angles. So that's like they're in the same spot but on a different set of lines. So corresponding is 1 and 5, 4 and 8. Do you see how they're on the same spot but on the line below it? 2 and 6, and then 3 and 7. Those are corresponding angles. And the last one we're going to talk about is alternate, which means opposite. Exterior, which means outside angles. So opposite outside angles, alternate exterior would be 1 and 7, and then 2 and 8. Okay, now we are ready to answer these questions. Which is a pair of alternate, which means opposite, interior, inside angles? Alternate interior angles. So that would be angle 2 and angle 6. What's the other one? Angle 3 and angle 7. Okay, corresponding. Remember, that's the one where they're in the same spot but in a different location. So same part of the angles. So what are 3 of them? I'm going to name all 4 because I'm an overachiever. So angle 1 and angle 3. That's one set. Pause the video now and try it on your own and then check your answers. So angle 2 and angle 4 are corresponding. Angle 8 and angle 6 are corresponding. And the last one is angle 7 and angle 5 are corresponding. And that is it for our properties of parallel and skew planes and lines.